Guys, my name is Venetia and I decided to start a YouTube channel kind of discussing everything that I've learned in the past 4 years. 4 years ago I was diagnosed with Lyme disease, which, if you guys don't know, it's a tick-borne illness that affects your blood and your immune system and your nervous system and basically your entire body. Now, I think struggling with this illness has been one of the most difficult things that I've been through in my whole life, hands down. You know, no one at the age of 18 expects their body to not function properly and for so long to not have answers. I remember when I first started getting sick, for the first 6 months, I would go to the hospital, to different doctors, and a lot of them would just tell me that it was all in my head and that I was fine, but I knew that I wasn't. Eventually, my digestive system started to really act out, and I started to get even sicker. You know, foods that before I would eat with like so much ease, cookies, ice cream, sushi, just all the foods that I love, started to become really difficult for my digestive system to process. And so that's kind of when I started looking for answers outside of the system, because I was realizing that these doctors weren't giving me answers and they weren't helping me. Actually, every time I went to the doctor and they prescribed me something, it would make me a lot worse. So I had to start researching my own and becoming my own doctor in a way. I think the thing that I read that helped me the most and that really started to alleviate my symptoms was Medical Medium. And for who you guys don't know, he is Anthony William, and he's written about 5 books, if I'm not incorrect. And they're all about healing different unknown symptoms and just the true causes behind them. So basically what happened is I read his first book, which at the time was the only book that was out, and after reading that book I completely started implementing all of the protocols and I improved tremendously. I mean, I literally went from having to stay in the hospital for a bit because my digestive system was just so bad. I could not eat food. It hurt so bad. I was eating soups and just very, very food. And I'm not kidding you, within a week of implementing the Medical Medium protocols, my stomach pain completely went away and I was able to eat all these delicious, wonderful vegan foods. And I'm not going to go into details right now on the protocol because it's a lot of information, but it is basically a vegan diet with a lot of fruits and vegetables and whole plant-based foods, and it really cured me. And another issue that I had that was really bad was acid reflux, and I started taking celery juice. I started with 16 ounces every morning of celery juice on an empty stomach, and I'm not joking you, within a couple weeks my acid reflux completely went away and has never come back. And I was taking so many different expensive supplements to try and get rid of it, and it was not working. And all it took was celery juice and it cured me. So a lot of people may be skeptics of Anthony William and his work, but I personally have witnessed its healing benefits and how much it has helped me, and so quickly. So for me, I'm a huge believer, and for anyone who is suffering with Lyme disease, chronic fatigue, lupus, arthritis, or any of these illnesses that they say that there's just no medical answer for, no cure for, don't believe that for 1 second. All of our bodies are able to cure themselves. We have the power, and let food be thy medicine. I think that's the number one thing that I have learned in this past 4 years, is how important it is, the food and the quality of the food that we're putting into our system. And now I'm not saying that people who eat animals or animal protein is necessarily something that is terrible, but I'm saying that when you're sick, it is a food that is just, it's not doing much for you, you know? Replacing I live in Mexico, so personally for me, a huge temptation here is tacos, but instead of eating those tacos, eating a big salad, eating, you know, some beans, some stir fries, or anything else that has like whole plant-based nutrition is going to benefit me a whole lot more than a plate of tacos. So that's the decisions, that's the things that I've changed in my life in the past 4 years, is how I eat and how I eat to cure myself. Now, why am I starting this YouTube channel? Because I've already done it. You know, I went from being a girl who's really, really sick and who was not able to fully participate in life. You know, I got sick during my first year of university, and I saw my friends being able to go out all the time and live their lives to the fullest, and I kind of had to stay behind, and I had to miss out on a lot of things because of my illness. But you know what? I cured myself. I was able to get back into society. I moved to Playa del Carmen a couple years ago, and I was doing great. You know, I was able to do everything by myself. I was living here in a different country on my own. I was able to cook for myself, do everything, just everything. I had no issues. And I would say slowly, as I started to kind of take advantage of my newfound health and wanting to like reintegrate into society, I stopped listening to myself and my needs. I started putting the needs of other people first, you know, my friends, this person I started dating. I just wanted to be normal again. You know, I wanted to forget that I had to still care for myself, and that I still had to put my physical body and its needs first before anything else. And so I guess this YouTube channel is kind of a way to keep myself accountable and my journey, restarting my journey of healing myself once again. And I wanted to like document it and give all the tips and the wealth of knowledge, because I learned so much, you guys. Like seriously, I'm a completely different person than I was 4 years ago. And it's not just my eating habits that have changed. You know, back a little over 2 years ago, when I was really in the depths of my healing, I would spend like hours a day meditating and just going really within and healing not only my physical body, but healing spiritually, mentally, because it's a whole process, you know. We get sick, yes, perhaps because of the bad foods that we put in our bodies, but there's also other toxic things that we allow into our lives. And this could be toxic relationships, toxic friendship, just anything toxic and that takes energy from you eventually is going to wear you down and can lead to illness. And I learned this, and I learned this again in the past couple of years by allowing people, again, who just kind of put me down, who just kind of stole my energy, and, you know, by putting these people first instead of putting myself first and listening to my highest self and what it was that I needed. Because no matter what, when we tune into ourselves and really listen to our bodies, we know exactly what we need. If something doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right for a reason, and we should listen to that. We really should. So I'm excited to be teaching everyone, and also hopefully to learn from you guys any healing tips or things that you guys would like to share. And yeah, I'm excited to start this journey with you guys again. Bye.